Good afternoon. Deacon Jacque here. So I'm taking a little break from my work day and just wanted to reach out and speak to my people. Speak to folks from Calvary and anyone else that might be part of that larger tribe and community, but really to speak to everybody about how I've been moved this week. First, as Lent 3 started, I was scheduled to preach and enjoyed reading about the Samaritan woman meeting Jesus at the well, and that very radical exchange, that exchange that had no precedent until that moment, where Jesus asked for water from someone out of the ordinary, and someone out of the ordinary gave Jesus water, and in the midst of that was invited into a much deeper and holy place. A place that could not have been planned, could not have been strategically fixed, but a place that was spontaneous, including an invitation to a much deeper living water. My post on Facebook talked about sometimes when we're paddling across the water, we always take a moment to float, don't we? During this time of COVID-19 and we're called to social distancing, we're in an unprecedented time. We're in a time of radical, unexpected relationship with one another, a time where we could not have predicted what was to come, what these moments are. This morning as I drove into work, there was fog. There's still fog, if you can see it around me here today. It's raised a little bit. It's a little higher than it's been today. But I drove in today in this lovely fog and was reminded that sometimes if we get way down under, close to the surface of the earth, we can see a little bit of distance through the fog. But when we're up in it, we really can't see. And I know you've driven in the fog, so we have to stop and we slow down and we turn our lower lights on, those great fog lights, trying to see just enough feet in front of us so that we can make our way. So what does all of that have to do with anything? Well, it's certainly Lent, and I think it's a time when we might have to get down deeper inside, a time where we long to be close to the surface, be close to what we know is good dirt, to where we know life is, whether that's inside of us or around us, our homes, our communities. I see people every day now digging deeply to get down into the places where they might be able to see the next few feet, to see the needs, to identify appropriate responses. As Christians, we're certainly always looking deeper and being more mindful of how we might go deeper, both into ourselves, into our relationships with one another, and into the world. During this unprecedented time where we're called into a radically different relationship, I felt a need to just take a moment to speak, to let you know that I'm here, that you're not alone, and that we're all walking through this fog together, and it won't be here forever. It will lift, and we will have a new view, hopefully a new vision. And my gosh, what if we've created a shift in the way that we imagine relationship with one another, in the way that we welcome one another? What if? Who knows? So whether you're the person giving the water at the well or Jesus asking for the water, let us always look to see where Jesus is asking us to be in ourselves, in the world, and what are the needs creation calls us into. It's an unprecedented time. And as I watch the world respond, as I watch communities respond, hospitals, nonprofits, restaurants, homeless shelters, churches, synagogues, temples, Buddhist refuges, we're all going down and digging deep and looking close to the earth and to our hearts. And I've got to tell you, that gives me hope. We're not waiting on an answer. We're waiting on what we know to be true to inform us about who we most want to be. So I wonder, are we prepared to offer water? Are we prepared to ask for what we need? And as you look here, let that help us, invite us to being mindful that there's a much deeper water that runs through us, a vein that tethers us ever together in a radical and relational love, despite the physical proximity that we're in. I hope you are okay. I hope this finds you well. And it's okay, particularly this Lent, to slow down, to take time to coast, to take time to figure out where it is you're going to paddle to next. And know that you're not alone. The way of Jesus puts us always in the company of a wonderful, gracious, tender, and bold Creator. I hope you have a great day. I'll be in touch soon. Call if you need anything, reach out, reach in, so that we can reach out into the world. Peace be with you.